Hi, in this video, we'll be looking at percent change and how to calculate the percent change if something has increased or decreased. There is a formula for it, but I definitely want to make sure we talk about the formula to make sure that we understand where the formula came from so that we can remember it and how to use it. Okay, so here's the formula for percent change. The amount of increase or decrease doesn't matter, the amount that whatever it is changed over the original amount. That forms a ratio here, or a fraction. So if we take that fraction, all we have to do to figure out the percent change is multiply that fraction by 100. So as long as you remember that you're going to keep this over the original amount, that's a common error, then you should be okay. All right, best way to do this, let's do an example. All right, so in my example, the original price of a dress, let's pause this and get the question out. Okay, so the original price of a dress is $150. The store owner then decides to raise the price to $175. So it has increased. And we want to know what is the percent increase. So if you wanted to just know what fraction of the original price is the increase, then you would only be using this part of the formula. But since we want the percent increase, then we have to, of course, then multiply by 100. All right, so the percent change is the amount of the increase or decrease. So it's increasing. 175 minus 150 is the increase. So we need that. So let's just go ahead and work that out first. It's a super easy calculation. The dress price has increased by 25. So now the percent increase is going to be that 25 over the original amount of the dress, which is 150. Note here, this is the common error I was talking about. Some people would put 175 here. No, 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 that's not what you should do. The original price of the dress is what goes in the denominator. All right, that times 100 to turn that into a percent. All right, and once you work that all out, you get 2,500 over 150, which gives us approximately 16.67%. So our percent increase in this question is 16.67%. All right, let's look at an example in which there is a percent decrease. It is done in exactly the same way. So if you feel confident, you can keep going and do something else, or you can keep watching. Okay, so here in this question, we're originally at 512. We moved to 320. This is not a word problem, it's just two numbers. And we want to know how much that decreases from 512 to 320. So the first thing that we have to do is figure out what that decrease is, how much. And so we do 512 minus 320. And we get that it's decreasing by 192. All right, once we figure out the decrease, we can now go ahead and find the percent decrease. So we can take that 192, and again, remember we put it over the original amount, which is 512, and multiply it by 100 in order to change that fraction to a percentage. And when you do that, you get 1,9,200 or 19,200 over 512, which is equal to 37.5%. So in this question, the percent decrease is 37.5%.